Hey, I'm Brian from IFA 2018 and this is the Sony Xperia XZ3. This is one of those rare occasions where we didn't get any leaks before the actual announcement of the phone. Now why that is, I'll leave that up to you. But that sure makes the phone that we have now even more exciting. Let's start with the screen, because that's the biggest change. The XZ3 comes with a 6-inch 2880 by 1440 OLED display. This is the first time that Sony has put an OLED inside one of their phones, and it comes with the usual advantages of very deep blacks and a high contrast. Sony also went the extra mile and not only put rounded corners on the screen, but also curved sides. Yes, that means that the Sony Xperia XZ3 has a curved display just like the Galaxy S9 or the Galaxy Note 9. And where Sony also took some inspiration from Samsung is the functions of that side screen. You can tap the side and that opens up an app launcher just like on Galaxy phones. There's also an always on display that shows you the time and notifications. Now with that new curved screen and the curved Gorilla Glass back comes a very great feel in the hand. The glass feels like it melts into the frame and it really feels exceptional. It's a really nice built phone. Something I noticed though that is still the case is that the power button, like on many Sony phones, is very low, so you don't necessarily think that it's the power button. But there is a dedicated camera button to make up for that. The fingerprint sensor is in the middle on the back. The phone comes in a few nice colors: black, white, blue, red and green. Now aside from the screen and the new look and feel that comes with it, everything else basically stayed the same. So you still get a Snapdragon 845 inside, paired with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage that can be expanded with a microSD card. There's a 3300 mAh battery inside that can either be charged through the USB Type-C 3.1 port on the bottom or through Qi wireless charging. The phone also again comes with dual front stereo speakers and Sony's vibration feedback for better sound. There's IP65 and IP68 water resistance for splashes and submersion, and on the back you also find a 19 megapixel camera, just like on the XZ2. It can of course record 4K at up to 60 FPS, but also again 1080p at up to 960 frames per second for some super high quality, super slow motion. And yes, by the way, that on the back is only one single camera. Sony didn't follow the trend and put two cameras on the back. Recording can also happen in HDR, and the camera app is pretty quick to take pictures. The front camera is 13 megapixels, by the way. The XZ3 is also one of the first phones to launch with Android 9 Pie out of the box. So that is already installed on this phone when you pre-order it starting September 4th. And it's going to cost 799 euros in Europe, and that is probably going to translate to the exact same amount in dollars. Now what we didn't get this year was a compact version of this phone. There's no XZ3 Compact this year, so if you liked Sony's approach at putting high-end specs in a more compact footprint, so you could have a smaller phone that still has high-end features, you unfortunately don't get that this time. There was no word on whether Sony abandoned the whole thing completely. What Sony did launch alongside the XZ3, however, is the new iteration of their noise-cancelling headphones, the 1000X Mark III. They look exactly the same as their predecessors and are very similar, except for having USB-C, better noise cancelling, and better comfort. My thoughts on the XZ3 are that it is a very nice looking phone, both figuratively and literally. I think it can certainly play in one league with the Galaxy S9. I'm not really sure if the XZ2 already needed an upgrade, but this new screen is definitely one that is something we appreciate. Thanks for watching my IFA 2018 content. If you enjoyed this video, you know which buttons to press, and don't forget to press that follow button on Twitter. I'm Brian, and I'll see you in the next one.